in my inquiries into different things, I found some really disturbing stuff. Meaning there's corruption throughout this town, throughout some of the different departments, and especially the people involved. A lot of the top names, it's disturbing. And I'm going to have to ask Robin if I'm allowed to read one of the emails out loud because it names people in advance. So I did go out on some of the properties, and I've been out to visit the Workers' property at night. Some of them were easy, some of them were crazy difficult, especially Pete's. Some of them I find out to be anything. Like there's a guy on Radio Road, says at midnight there's cement trucks going by his house and it's really loud. Well, no, cement trucks don't run at midnight. There's nowhere to do masonry at midnight on Radio Road. But the one I did, Miss Lori Aceto was in here 2 meetings ago, and she talked about her taxes and her property and corruption over the last several years. So I really dug into that one pretty deep. I found out that her taxes are $17,000 a year for 10 acres. That comes to $1,700 per acre she pays. Now the property that was owned on Matherstown Road that the county just bought, that individual, or that company, was paying $598 per acre. So he only paid $49,625 a year. Now, how could he assess Lori Aceto $1,700 an acre, and that property only $595 an acre? And then if you go through the list price of what it was appraised for over the years, and when he got his approvals, the price didn't go up much. So his appraised value from our town was $2.2 million. Yet the county is buying it from him for $5.45 million. The numbers just don't add up. There's a lot of bad things besides the stories, many that she mentioned from years back. I looked into them. They're all true, disturbingly true. This town needs a lot of change. It's ridiculous, including even when I was applying for this job last year. The smear campaigns that were run were absolutely disgusting. The threats, the innuendos, sitting down with other committee members and threats and the hostility, it's very disturbing. I would really like to uncover one major thing, but it's up to Robin whether I'm allowed to read it out loud or not. Okay. Bear with me, it's very long, but I think everyone needs to know so you can understand what I'm going for. It comes from somebody named Leisure Eileen. We need someone to check on what is happening in Little Lake Harbor. I'm a senior citizen and a Sandy survivor. I have sat back and listened to so many complaints, yet nothing is getting done. I hear people talking and complaining at church, at the stores all the time. I saw taxes go up big time, and I voted to throw out the incumbents because they didn't want to do anything to help us. They never care about, all they care about is filling their pockets and helping their friends. We still have some of the same crooks on the council now, and they need to get voted out when their time comes up. Please do something about it now. We can't wait any longer. Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump are campaigning for changing the same old politics in Washington. We need the same thing here. We need to stop the whole politicking ways of ruining our town. We just can't. I heard and checked out the county tax records. They show that a committee member received a giant reduction to his taxes because of the amount of sandy damage to his house. It looks like he got reduced 90%. So I guess he was ready to fall down, yet he and his family were able to live in the house the entire time. That doesn't sound like it was falling down. I had water in my house too, and didn't get that kind of decrease. Mine was only near 20%, but it wasn't falling down. Other residents that also had storm damage and could not stay in their homes only received 25 to 30% reductions. How does he get a reduction 3 times what other taxpayers got? If his was so bad and he deserved that kind of reduction, how did he stay in his house? From what I have heard, only houses that were getting torn down got that big of a decrease. I might not be able to say that part. He proclaimed his knowledge about the Sandy storm matters. He made himself out to be an expert in recent meetings, so he knew what he got wasn't what he should have got, and that it wasn't fair. And yet he took that giant reduction all on the backs of our other taxpayers. He's a hypocrite in my eyes and a criminal. He should be thrown out right now by you and the mayor and should have to pay back those taxes. George Gilmore is the town attorney, and his son Michael Gilmore is the town's tax attorney. How did he allow this reduction to be so big? Doesn't the town's attorney go to hearings to defend the town and other taxpayers? How did he represent the town and allow that to happen? Or was he just trying to help the committee member and keeping his job another year? Just padding their pockets on the taxpayer money. Who had our backs at tax hearing? I think the attorney needs to explain how such a large reduction can be gotten without any objecting. I don't get it, do you? Can you find out what happened? I think he owes the town back tax money for his ridiculous decrease. The whole Gilmore firm makes me sick. They're involved all over the place and getting taxpayers to pay for it. He should be thrown out of our town. After the election in November, I was really happy that you two were elected. It was refreshing to hear you were trying to solve the problems that have been going on in this town for years. I attended most meetings and heard all the people demanding more and more from the committee. They went and snuck in a contract for the administrator, and then when the good old guys went ahead and hired an attorney secretly at their last meeting in December, I was totally floored. You took care of the contract and I was glad. He does a good job and should get what he deserves, but not doing it sneakily. These are the guys who were voting to throw out, and now they sneak in the contract and hire a secret attorney. What was he hired for? Committeeman says it's all in there, but I looked at the resolution and it only says to practice law. There are no reasons. What was he hired to do? What was it all about? No one talks about that firm. But I found out that the group is also the Republican Party chairperson from Atlantic County. That makes sense. It sounds like a George Gilmore buddy for sure. And he got his friend hired to make a few bucks to do what? How will you do anything except whatever Gilmore tells them to do? They are padding their pockets and marching to the Gilmore tune. Now the new mayor is fighting for an attorney to look into what was happening. What really isn't clear, he seems like he is really trying to change things and stop the old ways. I hope all three of you are working together. We don't need another pocket-filling attorney getting in here, but we do need someone to look into all without Gilmore's hands being involved. I think there is more going on than what we hear about. There is no way that there can't be. The mayor said his guy was somehow away from Ocean County politics and away from Gilmore, someone from another county. This guy seems like someone that is not involved with Gilmore and his cronies. I think the mayor is right, we need to hire him. He also seemed to really upset the other two when he introduced that at the meeting. Why? Are they scared? They spend money without caring on anything else, so why worry? They wouldn't be upset if he was going to find out, unless they were going to find out their dirty little secrets. Why aren't you two supporting him to stop the old incumbents? You should be the ones demanding a new attorney. We elected you to do that, fight for us. And yet all everyone is doing is fighting him and arguing over the spending it would be. But has anyone looked at the bills from the first attorney? What is it they are doing that equals $5,000? You need to look for him. You need good legal advice. I also heard Gilmore is helping the same attorney that they hired in December. How can that be? Is it true they were also charging the town to do the same things that the other attorney is doing? At this past meeting, committee members said that the town attorney was conflicted, and so was Gilmore's firm. How can they be helping and charging the other attorney? Oh, because it is Gilmore's friend and it is about filling their pockets. We can't take any more of the same old ways. He elected you to change things, but it is still continuing. Can you stand up and fix this mess? Let the taxpayers know the truth and we will decide. But get us the real truth and not Gilmore's sideshow card game. I saw a reporter filming the meeting last week. I didn't see anything in the papers about it. Who was he? He seemed to make the crooks nervous. Even the attorney was avoiding eye contact with the audience. Also, the crowd was taking a lot of questions about the police department's increase in the budget. Why did the other two act as if they didn't support the police budget and hiring new officers? They gave the administrator a lot of guff. Why? I am glad to feel safe because of our police. I am glad you reduced our taxes and still added the police at the same time. Oh, and the public works guys do a nice job too. I will continue to support you, but we need results in fixing things I asked. It's about something that work now. I am not looking for a response because I want to see the responses and you taking action to stop from continuing. I want to remain behind the scenes and anonymous. That is why I have requested copies of the attorney's bills to check what I heard. I'm really counting on you, and so are so many of the taxpayers. Thank you, and God bless you and all your work. So, here was my response. Hello, Anonymous. It was a long email, and I really appreciate your concerns. I'll try to hit all the topics. I don't have all the answers, but I will try my best. By the way, this is Deputy Mayor Dave Schlick. As far as the taxes and the committeeman's issue, do I have your permission to show him a copy of your email or forward it to him? I want to give him an opportunity to answer the questions. As far as the new attorney, I was and in favor of it. I interviewed him, and he was the cheapest one of the three that were given to me. He has no political ties to the area. The lawyer that they hired in December was done legally, although shady, in my opinion. He gets paid $115 more per hour than the one the mayor wants to hire. The bill so far totaled over $5,000 already with no findings being presented to us at all. As far as being elected, thank you for your support. I ran to lower taxes, have more transparency, and to fix what I see as shady and crooked actions. I've done the first two, and I'm working on the third one every day. I feel it's deep-rooted and very involved. Try and remember, I've only been in the office for 4 months. As far as the video camera, there's some young reporter from the Lacey area. His name is Gavin something. He has been labeled some sort of whiz kid at 14 years old. I'm not sure why he was there or who invited him, but I am not against it because I have nothing to hide. I am told that some committee members put people in the audience to ask questions about the police department. The world in our town has changed. We need a strong, reliable police department. I will continue to support them. I think they're doing a great job. I am also in agreement about our DPW. They are great guys that keep this town the way we need it to be. I will continue to support them, but I will still be frugal with the taxpayers' money. So in closing, I will continue to do my best and not let the town down. But I will need an answer on whether I can share this email or not. Thank you for being a concerned citizen. There's more, but I can stop if you want. I think you get the point. So I did some looking into her accusations, and it's all true. There's a, if you see the reduction one house got, all the other reductions the houses around it got are not even close, and it's really disturbing. And since then, since my inquiries, a lot of people are scared and they're running. They're sending letters out to individuals, asking them not to cooperate. People are trying to cover up now because I'm on to something, and I will not stop. I've sent it up the chain of command. That's in the next couple of emails. I'm already at phase 2, and if that goes nowhere, then I'll go to phase 3, and I won't stop because it absolutely is corruption, hands down. If you could see all the facts. I have a stack, probably this thick of facts, and they're not ideas or people's talk. They're actual numbers. The numbers don't lie. There's corruption and it needs to stop. I will take this as far as I have to. So, thank you for listening. Sorry I took up all your night. And that's it. That's it. I can go on.
The only thing I'd like to make a comment to what he just said is I'm thanking him for the support I'm getting now, right, as opposed to how I started in trying to get things changed. I welcome his support. I welcome now our bipartisan committee to address these issues. And thanks to both of you. Now, my session. There are new dates for the next township meeting, so I want to announce them. So that in June, July, and August, we have only one meeting a month.